Hello, this is Tom Carhill. This is Sunday, the 12th of October 2014. I'm just doing this video to demonstrate the kind of crank that Ian Puddick is. Now, of course, anybody who knows him and has got on the wrong side of him, which is quite a lot of people, his favourite trick is to call other people what they would naturally call him. Now, some of the time, he jumps the gun, and he does this before they've actually had a chance to accuse him. So, for instance, he'll say they're creepy when he's doing something creepy, but they might not even be aware he's doing it because they're not paying attention to him. He seeks attention all the time. He can't get enough attention, and he just keeps making a show of himself and anyone who's stupid enough to put up with him. Right, so, as I said, this is Sunday the 14th of October 2014. You're looking at his Facebook page here today. Now, look. This has just changed, I believe, because I have actually had people tell me to look at something on his Facebook page yesterday. So it's changed since yesterday. But I'm ahead of UK time from where I am now. So just so you understand. Now, look, if you look at his, wall picture, cover photo, sorry. It's a picture of presumably him trying to do a piss on the beach. Right, this is the level of Ian Puddick. Now, this is also reminiscent of his vans that have pictures of him, so the person sitting on a toilet, so the person riding in a van looks like they're sitting on a toilet, and also his big vans and his little smart cars for his business. Now, if you look down, so he did this on 6 hours ago, and see, somebody's commented on it. I hope that's you, Ian. Right, now that's quite significant, and you'll understand in a little bit why. Right, so he's 7 hours ago, an hour before that, he's doing another tweet. Justice denied. So he's going on about something which was first posted as a YouTube video on the 8th of August 2014, and he's commenting on it now, right? So he's going on about it still now. He keeps banging it up on Twitter, and anything that goes on his Twitter goes on his Facebook page as well. Now, I said that this guy's comment, Ian Sese, I hope that's you, Ian, question mark. That's like a kind of sarcastic, like past remarkable comment. If you look at his comments, he doesn't really get many, but he keeps constantly posting stuff up there. He's got a real problem with like self-aggrandizement and stuff like that. He just doesn't understand that nobody who actually knows him likes him, and no one takes him seriously. And the only possible reason anyone have anything to do with him is because he inherited a lot of money off one of his aunts. Of course, Ian's got this ridiculous, the most ridiculous story he's ever come out with is that he's a self-made man. He's totally untrustworthy, slimy. He's not a proper man's man type of man. He's not the kind of person who could set up a plumber's business and do well at it, because he's just too snidey, doesn't pay his debts. He's just generally a complete, well, allegedly doesn't pay his debts. You look at him, you can tell. And he constantly lies, and he even lies when it's unnecessary. Now, there's one thing that anybody who's ever done anything in any kind of like proper self-employed capacity or in construction, if you've got someone maniacally lying to you about everything and coming out with fanciful stories that contradict other fanciful stories that contradict their other fanciful stories, you're not going to feel comfortable working with them, because it's the bane of any of those types of jobs is people not getting paid. So they just wouldn't be able to deal with a character like that. It's impossible. Right, so that would have been yesterday English time, night time. Again, 1 hour before that, so that's 3 out of 3 hours he's put stuff up, something about, I don't know what it's even about. Right, the death of a child, Empowerment Mondays, whatever that is, I don't know what that is. Again, 12 hours ago, right, the same thing is up, right, live leak. 7 hours ago, 12, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So in 5 hours he's decided to post the same thing twice. 12 hours, sorry, in 5 hours he's decided to post it 3 times. He's a complete freak. You can see this really easily. Again, nobody's commented on it. That's probably why he's put it up again. But then again, he just puts stuff up all the time. Officers will not face charges at Sean Rigg. Right, so this is still over this perjury thing he keeps banging on about. But he's been banging on about this for about 3 or 4 years now. So 12 hours ago, he felt the need to just go on about it again. The same 12 hours ago, he's put it up twice. Excellent. And an hour before that, he was on the internet again, and he's put a picture of a poll tax riot. And another one, an hour before. You've seen a picture here. It's like every hour, or more than once an hour, he's on the internet putting things up and nobody comments on hardly any of it. Another one about Broadway Market trespass. Well, I don't know what that is. Someone in 1991 died in a racial murder. What's that got to do with him? I don't know. But anyway, put it up there. And now this is the height and kind of this is the antithesis of anybody who anyone's paying attention to. Is this thing here, the Ian Puddick Daily? Right, he's actually putting something up, announcing that he's going to be doing stories every day, and he's never actually put any stories up. I'm not exactly sure how long this has been going. I think I might be remembering correctly, but I think he might have put this up about a month ago. You might have started doing it, but you know, if you're going to put up stories no one listens to, that's fine, because you know it might build up. But with him, he hasn't even put any stories up to not be looked at. He's such a complete big-headed freak. He forgets what the whole point of putting up stories is. Right, Ian Puddick on Twitter. Excellent TV documentaries re City of London Police, terrorism spending millions. He's back on about that again, 19 hours ago, right? 19 hours ago, the same thing, so he's put it up twice. 1 hour before that, he's putting up the same thing about the thing that was going on about 3 years ago, which he put a new trailer up on the 8th of August, 8/8/14. Beyond contempt is his account of live tweeting 8-month hacking trial. Right, okay, and I hear that he had some involvement in this. I don't really know. I don't know much about the hacking trial. It's obviously just a big cover-up, so I don't really pay too much attention. Put the same thing up. So at 10th of October, that's the day before yesterday, at 7 o'clock in the evening, English time, I presume, he's putting up that same thing again about the thing that he put up on 8/8/14. The stuff about the Puddick Daily without an actual story. The fucking idiot. He is just a total fucking idiot. You know, like it is. I don't really even. I find it quite embarrassing even discussing him. But you'll understand at some point why I am forced to, or why it's in my interest to. Right. So this one here, the 10th of October. That's the day before yesterday. I have had 9 messages and 6 tweets in the last 24 hours telling me that I'm a government plant. Yes, I am happy now. Now, this is one thing with him. When people tell him things like, they ask him a question about something, he can't answer it, or he says something which contradicts something else he's already said, he then goes, yeah, I hold my hands up. He's very, very sarcastic. He can't stop being sarcastic. He's kind of addicted to it. And even when it's kind of quite a serious allegation or question that he can't answer, which implies an allegation because he can't answer it, he can't body swerve it. He's not like a talented swerver of comments. What he does is he just admits it. But the thing is, in certain instances, he admits it, then he makes more of a fool of himself, because you've got to remember that his support base is people who believe the establishment, in this case at least, have been corrupt in his case. And then he starts taking a piss out of them by saying that he's part of the Masons and he's part of the secret society and he's Illuminati and blah blah blah. But the whole point is, this is what he's being accused of. Then he admits it, but then he's also saying they're the ones who are after him. Now, this kind of like reckless fuckwittery, which Ian displays on a daily basis, normally numerous times a day, with lots of sarcasm, only has a very, very limited appeal. Now, a lot of people probably think he's, okay, because they don't actually pay attention to anything he says, really, and they just think it must be true because there was a court case, or they think there was a court case. Now, that it's not exactly true. There's a lot wrong with this presumption, but then again, that's what I thought when I first heard from him. Right now, he's got 19 comments on that particular one. Now, if you think about all the other comments I've just gone through, there's probably about 19 of them, and 1 or 2 of them had a comment. So now he's got like all of his comments in one. Now, this strikes me as strange, because why are they all commenting now when they weren't on his other comments? Well, I know what I think. I think it's because he tells them to comment on these things. Now, if you imagine if you're one of his little club of internet harassers and stalkers and, supporters of his counterintelligence program activities. When I say counterintelligence program, I'm not absolutely sure that he's actually working as a counterintelligence agent of the British government. I think it's much more likely it's an external force. But the point is that if you just think about it from their point of view, if that's, as far as possible, if you were told to constantly comment on his Twitter thing about his case and how they're not going to get done for perjury several times a day for like 3 years, you're going to get extremely extremely sick of doing it, right? Now, all of these lot, though, when he makes his sarcastic comments, Trevor Conquest, got I love the haters. Tren Helen Saint, you are such a shrieking violet, darling, kiss kiss. And then she's put again, these are all just saddos, but I would put it to you that as well as being saddos, they love sarcasm. They seem like, you know, creeps, but there's a bit more to it, because how have they known that this tweet here is their signal to start all commenting at the same time when they've ignored his other ones? It's because they're the same people commenting over and over again, I believe. I haven't actually looked through his going back that far, but it looks like they're just all, you know, supporting his bogus persona as somebody people care about. Anyway, so there's Tria Helen Saint, hope you have not gone over to the dark side with Fairy Farage and his band of merry men. Right, well, I don't really know what that means. Stuart Cambridge, if someone were a government plant, the last thing I would do is inform them that I knew that. Okay. That wasn't particularly sarcastic, but it didn't really make any sense. Probably trying to be profound. He's kind of looking up like he's trying to be profound. If you look at his little profile there. Sue Owens, government plant, you're a national treasure. Okay, well that's just nonsense. Anyway, what's she talking about? Again, none of them, they don't like to delve in specifics. Tanya Murphy, if you were a plant, you'd be a Japanese knotweed. Well, that's probably actually quite, because he is a subversive, so I would say that's probably definitely true. Kieran Goggins, Ciarongoggins, yes, but the 8 from Simone Turdlin can be ignored. Yeah, Charlie Folks, good, it's about time. Yeah, see, so that's one comment. He's left that on there to give him a bit of credibility that people are actually doing what he's saying. They haven't actually said he's a government plant. They've been a bit more explicit about that than what he's actually letting on. And that's on Twitter, these comments have been made. Dave Knight, this is an undercover little dupe subversive friend of his. Are you an indoor government plant, or are you a government garden plant? Are a government flowering plant, climber, hanging basket, creeper, water plant? Now, I believe he's a policeman, right? And that's why he can't read and write and, you know, like basically articulate himself. So it doesn't really, even when he's trying to just make a pass remarkable remark, it doesn't actually make proper English sense. Which, if you've ever read a policeman's notebook, a lot of them, they don't actually make any sense in English. They're totally open to interpretation because they're just reading Spot the Dog. But obviously with bad grammar. Spot the Dog obviously doesn't have bad grammar. I am now a busted open plant, whatever that is. Lots of question marks and a smiley face. Tria Helen Saint, but like me, Ian. But like me, Ian. Now, she's just been commenting before, so she's commented 3 times on the same one. No, she's commented 4 times. Yeah, she's commented 4 times altogether. Right, Dave Knight, again, he has to write again. Did you spell busted right? Okay, Snowd. Mick Smees. Mick, sorry, S-Y-M-E-S, Smees. Okay, Snowdrop, whose government? That is the question. Yeah, that's actually a good one, actually. But whether Ian understands what that actually means or not, it's obviously possibly quite doubtful. Or maybe it's an inside joke and that guy's in with it as well, I don't know. Lindsay McCowan, deciduous or evergreen. Dave Knight again, 3rd time. Support for this plant theory is growing. Right, Michael Allen Mark O'Brien. Ignore the idiots, sadly they are everywhere. Right. Nick Thornton, how about a Russian spy? Emma Richardson, www.gov-daffodil. Miles Davis, what type of plant are you? Tria Helen Saint, Tender, Miles Davis. Paul Sexton, I blame NSA, CIA, KGB, MI5, GHQ, ISIS, Mossad, BART, B&Q and MFI. I'm going to wrap a tinfoil hat round my head. No, tinfoil round my head and hide under the table. Ricky Riscardo, what have you planted? God, the guy before was called Paul Sexton before him, by the way. Vicky Heisman, yet you haven't answered my text with angry faces and kisses. Right, so, you see, a lot of these people are just freaks, and What it is they just like an excuse to be able to put these ridiculous little sarcastic remarks all day because they don't have any lives, quite clearly, like Ian. They're all similar to Ian, I think. Or a lot of them, you know, the ones who just like sarcasm as much as he does. It's not what normal people like. So again, still on the 10th of October, in Tony Blair's government was part of a paedophile ring. That's what he's put. That doesn't really make any English sense. And there's a black man with a purple shirt on. Don't really understand that. After one or 5 drinks, it's a visit to Hemeth German Soho Fabwursts. Worst fact: all sausages are gluten-free. All sausages are lactose-free, imported from the Black Forest. Right, okay. So what's he doing there? Is this some kind of like inference that he can't be a Jewish subversive because he eats sausages or something like that? I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure. It could be. It could be a little joke. Picked a good place to drink and try King of Soho gin. Right, yeah, right, whatever that is. Right, so this is all on the 10th still. 70s authentic tables and decor. What is this? What is this? 10th still. A photo of a glass with something in it. What, the Ebola and ISIS being focused on by the news? Just think. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. No one's commented on it. Oh no, someone has. You say that, but I think we all know you're just trying to distract people from probing your Secret Service connections. Seamus O'Neill said. Ian Puddick. Over 100 martinis at Ketna Soho part of Cocktail Week. 10. He's still on the 10th. Something else about the 10th again. On the 9th. Breaking announcement screening at airports for Ebola. What the fuck is he going on about? This has got nothing to do with anything. Ian Puddick, the Puddick Daily. It's been updated every day, but it doesn't have any stories on it. Henry and Matilda Puddick loitering and waiting for food. Some cats. Again, what day is that? 9th October. Have you seen this shocking abuse of power and criminal cover-up by doctors and police? Ian Puddick on Twitter. PLS, RT, how the police, CPS and state conspired to cover up child death. Well, that's like one story, it seems, out of, you know, and it's in 3 days, so that's not bad for 3 days. That sounds like quite an interesting story. But the point is, he's been going on with about 30 tweets in 3 days, and none of them about anything apart from that one possibly could be. And all the other ones are just repeating things he repeats every day. Right, keeps going. Something about Spurs. Mike Farrelly's physiotherapy at the suite. What is this? I don't know. It doesn't really make sense, a lot of this stuff. It just doesn't mean anything. Meeting at lunchtime at Number Town Downing Street with Ebola and stuff and eat ISIS. It just doesn't mean anything. Judge attacks Met Police Chief Sir Bernard Hogan. Innocent man framed by jailed top cop. Judge attacks Met Chief over false treatment of innocent man. Exclusive. Metropolitan Police Commissioner Sir Bernard Hoghow was blasted over his force's reluctance to pay damages to web designer Wad. Right, yeah, sounds like a proper story. See, now he's got 3 comments. There are people paying attention. Right, now, who's this? Christopher Plumley says, they put on their silly hats and talk down to us as though they're superior. They're not. They're lesser humans who deserve contempt. Francois Tertullian. What a greedy bastard. Did they pay him enough to stitch up Disraeli in the first place? Christopher Plumley. Difficult to believe they breathe the same air as normal people. 8th of October still. Has found 3,000 crates of historic police corruption. Right. Commons Home Affairs, they'll not be destroyed or shredded. If you're having problems with debt collection agencies, get in touch, as we have a team that can work magic and make them disappear. So he's putting up adverts for dodgy bail and anti-debt collection people. Do you really want me to be banned from Twitter that much? What? I don't know. Maybe people are trying to get him banned because he's constantly stalking people and calling them names and getting his friends to do it. Will there be no shortage of moves tomorrow at something? Again, Hopefully I'm making a point here again. Still on the 8th, on the 8th he was still going on about the same thing that got released on the 8th 2 months ago. It just goes on and 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 on. It just does the same thing again and again and again and again and again. As you can see, with 0 or very few comments all the way down. That blue comment, that's my symbol there. So if you see that, don't be thinking I've been commenting all the time. That's just, it's giving you the opportunity to comment. See, look, you get the picture. Right, now I've only gone back to the 6th of October there. See how much he's doing these tweets. Right, anyway, that's enough of that. That's going to have completely done your head in, but it gives you a good impression of what a complete waster he is and how he spends his whole time doing this and nothing productive. Quite clearly, this is not how a guy who owns a plumbing company with call-outs and stuff would actually behave. You know, I mean, if he said, look, I don't run it, someone else runs it for me, that'd be fine. But he just doesn't do anything because he's bored. He hasn't got the brains to do anything properly, so he does this. Okay, my name's Tom Carhill. It's Sunday, the 12th of October 2014. Thanks very much.